Before I get to the details of this year's budget, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your hard work and commitment during what is a very exciting time for both disability and ageing here in New South Wales. We wouldn't be able to achieve what we have over the past year, including introducing some of the biggest and most important reforms to date, without your expertise, enthusiasm and leadership. This year's budget is a significant one. It's a reflection of the government's commitment to both the disability and ageing sectors as we dedicate $2.76 billion to these very important portfolios. With the introduction of the National Disability Insurance Scheme just around the corner, it's fitting that disability is a focus of this budget. This significant reform turns disability support on its head, delivering greater choice and control for people with disability. I'm very proud as Minister for Disability Services that New South Wales led the nation when it became the first Australian state to sign up to a national rollout of the NDIS. When it's fully implemented, some 150,000 people with disability will benefit from the full scheme across the state, starting in 2018-19. Preparation for the launch site in the Hunter is progressing well. The New South Wales Government has directed funding of some $585 million over 3 years to establishing this important launch site. The NDIS launch will cover 10,000 people in the Newcastle, Lake Macquarie and Maitland local government areas, starting with 3,000 people in 2013-14. It requires in-depth preparation and a strong foundation for change of this magnitude to be successful. This is where the Stronger Together 2 program has played a critical role and will continue to do so as we move through the transition period to the full rollout by mid-2018. Through Stronger Together 2, we'll see the progressive introduction of individualised funding arrangements for people with disabilities, their carers and families. Stronger Together 2 will remain fully funded and in 2013-14 will deliver its third year of the 5-year $2 billion program. Over $440 million will be invested to deliver more than 9,000 places for people with disability, their families and carers. This funding will ensure the disability service system continues to evolve to become one that puts people with disability in the best possible position to benefit from the NDIS. Ensuring that people with disability have access to the support they need to live the life they choose is a crucial feature of this reform. The launch of the NDIS in the Hunter brings forward the availability of self-directed and individualised funding arrangements for not only people living in the launch site, but also for the rest of the state. The New South Wales Government is ensuring that these packages align with the NDIS to make for a smooth and seamless transition to the full scheme from 2018. The agreement that we've struck with the Commonwealth will see New South Wales complete the full implementation of the NDIS 1 year earlier than states like Victoria and Queensland. As critical as funding is, the NDIS won't become a reality simply because of the combined New South Wales Commonwealth funding, but because of the extensive consultations that have been undertaken by the New South Wales Government to reform the current system, where choice and control is placed with people with disability where it should be. In 2013-14, Stronger Together 2 will be adjusted to reflect the outcome of the Living Life My Way consultations, where more than 4,000 people shared their views with us about how they want to live their life, and also to reflect the New South Wales Government's commitment to the full implementation of the NDIS. The Living Life My Way process has enabled us to act with conviction, confidence in the knowledge we're delivering what people with disability have told us they want. The safety of people living in supported accommodation settings is another focus of this year's budget, with an investment of $54 million over 4 years for the Fire and Building Safety program. In 2013-14, $16 million will be allocated to the VITAL program that ensures the safety of vulnerable people living in supported accommodation. This program is direct action by the New South Wales Government in response to the tragic Quakers Hill nursing home fire in 2011, and a clear determination for making sure that people the government supports are in safe environments. The program will retrofit existing supported accommodation facilities with fire sprinklers and implement other preventative approaches for managing fire and building safety risks. For example, it will mean 330 group homes for people with disability across New South Wales will be fitted with fire sprinklers and safety measures over the 4 years. In 2013-14, over $207 million will be invested in community care services for people with disability under 65 years of age, or 50 years of age for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. These services will enable these people to remain in their own homes and be active and engaged members of their community. The Community Care Supports program is now in its second year and will continue to provide home-based assistance and support, including domestic and personal care services, community-based transport and social support activities that complement the Commonwealth-delivered home and community care program. Our ageing population continues to be a priority for the government. The number of people living in New South Wales aged 65 years and over will increase from just over 1 million people to 2.3 million people in 2050. We are now celebrating a year since the New South Wales Ageing Strategy was launched. Moving into its second year, we have a clear view of the challenges which we must rise to in response to such a significant demographic shift. Our aim is to create an age-friendly society. We'll be building on what was started last year, including moving into stage 2 of the Elder Abuse Helpline, which will be expanded to handle more calls and introduce prevention strategies. The enormously successful Tech Savvy Seniors program continues to bring free and low-cost computer training to seniors to help them feel more confident in our increasingly digital environment. The program has attracted additional funding from Telstra to support more training for seniors through local library networks. This is just one example of how the ageing strategy is expanding its engagement beyond the government sector. Participation from the private sector, government and communities is a priority so that the best solutions to growing concerns can be identified and we can make the most of the economic opportunities that are emerging from an ageing population together. In this budget, we'll be directing more than $1 million to support non-government organisations to consult with older people and contribute to ageing policy. Consultation with the people who will be accessing services is so important in order to get our policies right. This is an incredibly busy but exciting time for both the disability and ageing sectors. I know we're heading in the right direction, and this budget and the ones that will follow will enable us to take the steps to achieve our goal of a more inclusive society. We must ensure people with disabilities, older people, their families and carers are receiving the opportunities that should be afforded to them. There will be many challenges we will face along the way, but with your continued hard work and dedication, I'm sure we can overcome these challenges together for the benefit of people with disability, older people, their families and carers in New South Wales.